share my screen. Well, that's pretty cool. Let me see if... Oh. Now I may be running some... Okay. Let's call my aunt here. Whoops. And see if she can... Hey, what up? Are you by your computer? Are you by your computer? Oh, well, I'm doing a live right now. I'm just doing a kind of a setup. I got my laptop up and a little webcam going, and I'm wanting to have you kind of troubleshoot, make sure you can hear me and stuff on here. Yeah. And so there's different stuff you can do. I was trying to share with you yesterday and whenever before for you to be able to join the study group with a video if you wanted, to where I could actually have other people, kind of like Zoomy, but with that. But I don't know that I can do that on the computer just yet. Or yes, StreamYard.
And YouTube. But here's the thing.
Well,
so you can make a thing that goes across the bottom, a banner that will advertise your other businesses or whatever you want.
Oh yeah, I need to figure out how to do that. You mean for the live or?
Yes. So while you're live, you're ready to stop telling you. Here. Hi. Doing all right, buddy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, I used to be in charge of all that. She was doing that. I did all the banners and stuff. If you download that StreamYard, it's real easy. And once you just go to, like you're on right now, you're on YouTube or whatever you're on. You either download it or just sign in. I think you just sign in. You don't have to download it, but you sign into that StreamYard. It'll show you right there. Once you just do it, you'll have it's kind of like the YouTube deal you're doing. But over to the right screen, it'll show you some options you can do. And there'll be like banners, headings, and all kinds of other stuff on there. And then if you can bring people into it, like if somebody else wants to get on there and you can do split screens like 3 ways or whatever. So you could have Bonnie on one half of the screen, you on the other half, and your names above your heads or wherever you want them on there. Then you could have like a banner going across it that says, Jonathan's yada, 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 or whatever. Yeah, you can promote your deals or whatever your topic of the day is. You can have one on there. The topic of the day is, and it's right up there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds cool.
But it's good as a promotional deal for you, like Body's saying, is for other things that you might be trying to do or whatever. And if you get it done, you might say, okay, yeah, we're going to take a break here, and then you can put another deal where you've got a commercial there that comes up, and you go right into this. All you got to do is hit the commercial, and it pops right up and plays, and it tells you, okay, it's going to be however long, a minute, 30 seconds, or whatever, and then it comes right back in. It's pretty easy to do because I was doing it. Anyway, you might check into that. That'd be a real good asset tool for you. Okay, now I'm back.
All right.
But yeah, I think that's something you definitely want to look into. But yesterday you were freezing up.
Yes. Yeah, the first one, and I don't know if I'm freezing up now. I
No,
seem
I
to
see you.
seem to be doing pretty good, but that's on my end.
Yes.
Uh.
And I think there's always going to be a slight delay.
Well, what am I doing?
Let's see, right now you're just grinning. Now you're fighting the bowl. That's what you're doing.
Hey, you see that? You see that painting? That I did that.
I saw your name on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Believe you me, I pay attention.
Shit. Well, so I want to see. Are you actually able to hear me on the computer, not on the phone?
Yeah, I'm listen, computer, not on the phone.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I went on and shut it because otherwise there's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's what I'm just making sure that my audio is working on the streaming, and then as long as this is working, I'll go back out and start again. Probably try to do like a 3:30 or something. I don't have.
Yeah.
I need to get something set up.
Sorry, Betty. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying I need to get something set up for like a little studio or something with a desk or something.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't have that set up, but I feel moved to go ahead and get started, so that's what I'm doing.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why also you don't have to actually bring somebody in studio. You can go live with them, and there is a slight delay. So if they start talking trash, you can shut them up. You know what I mean? But where you can people can join in the conversation and say, "What do you think about this or that?" Because I was saying, well, I can always message you, but that would have allowed you to actually speak directly to them.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm open to open discussion, and I can pretty much handle pretty much anything any little twerp can say. So I'm not really afraid to deal with little bastards.
Yeah. I didn't think so, but like if somebody would ask you a question, you can say, well, if you don't know, say, well, you know what? Let's look it up in the Bible and find out. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is really cool because I'm seeing there's a screen share on here now. So I don't know how, but I could have other tabs pulled up probably and share my screen. I don't know if it's just with this live group or if it would be with who. But
you're seeing a screen share on your YouTube?
Yeah, on my desktop.
Okay, I don't see anything that says it, but
it's saying share my screen to StreamYard or somewhere else.
Yes. So that's the whole thing right there, and that's if you can get you a Rumble account.
Let's see.
You don't have one, even if you do, and you can even make yeah.
Just do the free trial on that.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought there was a free thing anyway. So let me see.
No, they want you to pay or verify. I don't really like doing that. They say you can try it for $1 or something, but.
Well, I think what we were doing was I was paying $20 a month. It wasn't bad, and the reason I was paying so much is because it held storage for your shows.
Oh yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And so, yeah, they have a free option too.
Try to do a chat or something so I can see where that'll come up.
I'm sorry?
Try to do a chat or something on there.
Okay. Hang on. So it's on the side.
Oh, okay. You do. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. But also, below usually they have a place where you can leave a comment, but I'm not seeing that, so I'm not sure what you would have to do that.
Well, I'm just trying to get this set up so that it flows nice and smoothly, so that something I get set up to where this aspect of it I won't be worried about, and we can just jump right in and everything works and flows smoothly and stuff. So still kind of doing the initial setup. I was hopping on there with on my phone until I was able to get back on my computer. It's much faster on the fiber. than it was before. So we got the fiber hooked up today.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so definitely let me know what time, kind of, if you lock in a time, because, and as soon as you can, because you saw I promoted.
Yeah.
And so that gives me time to at least share it, and hopefully people will see it and be able to join us.
Well, and I haven't had access. I haven't logged into I have 2 Facebooks or whatever, and I haven't logged into my regular one for like a month. So
Okay.
that once I got this up and running and logged into there, I saw that you had shared it and all this stuff. So
Well,
but yeah,
I'm thinking that on your other YouTubes, or not YouTubes, even your other YouTubes, but on your other Facebooks, put it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to really do that.
People subscribe to the channel so you know when it's going to be live.
Right. Well, that's what I'm not extra good at all this shit with the. Some of it gets kind of confusing with setting up the cameras and shit with the YouTube live and shit, you know.
Yeah, but you can see yourself right there. What I would do if I read is move over so you're centered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that puts me on the edge. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, where you're centered, because otherwise it just kind of looks off kilter. It's like that. Your anal like beat about things big and yes. I will come to your house and put a baby or put a picture straight. But perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Nice. I know. That's me. That is me. I don't care whose house I'm in. If it's drinking, I'm fixing it.
Man, I love that. That's like I did that right when we had the Northern Lights down here in Kansas City. So it was. It just happened to be. That's kind of what that painting is a Northern Lights shot.
Nice. And see what you can do. Listen, do you have any more paintings besides that one?
Oh, fuck. They're everywhere.
Jonathan, listen to me, bud. So if you were doing the StreamYard and you had a banner going across the bottom, if you like the picture, you could buy it for...
Buy the print.
Change up the pictures.
Buy the print for $1. Buy the print for $5, whatever.
Right?
Yeah.
All. And change the picture so people can put different...
I could do a thing. I could do a thing where I did a fundraiser during a certain month or a certain time period where I donated all of those print purchases to like some type of charity or, you know, maybe towards Bible giveaways or something. These awesome study guide giveaways or something.
Yeah. Doing a fundraiser so I can, you know, so lucky people can get one of these Bibles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. That would be a way.
How big your Bible is, and so that it will entice people to want one.
Oh, I think they're going to get that already because just seeing us go through everything on here and just see how it progresses. And I'm glad that I can do it without even having to really have to have a home church or anything. I can just, it has the interactive part that keeps you engaged with it. So.
Yes. And that's what you must do is engage your audience because they keep coming back.
Did you see the thing that I made? A jar?
Oh, yeah, I shared it too. And you know, I put something like, hang on, let me tell you, because one of my friends definitely saw it. She's like, oh yeah, I like this. Hang on a second, I will tell you exactly what I said. Because it's pretty cool, really. Oh,
it's awesome, man. I actually wrote down every topic from that topic index in the back, and we put it in a freaking jar. And that's what we're going to... Yeah, hell yeah. Which I was thinking we could be part of this Bible study. We could just reach in and grab any topic. Huh?
Yes. I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Which we tried it last night after dinner. We pulled out a couple and looked up some of the verses, and it just threw us into a couple stories, and it was like, whoa, man, fucking, you know, with the girls, and we kind of went through the engagement part there at the bottom and saw how it applied, and really, 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 really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I have, you know what?
I'm looking because I had it pulled up, or at least that one account. So now I'm looking. No, I'm thinking she's not in this account. But what I said just so you know on that, because I thought it was very cool, your that idea about.
And I wouldn't have had it if I hadn't got the Bible. And it hadn't. The one thing leads to another, leads to another. You know.
You did setting the stage.
Man, I'm telling you, I think everybody needs one of those.
I know,
Every
the same thing.
just
You two really.
just like Elon thinks everybody needs a robot. I think everybody needs one of those topic group Bible study jars.
Yes, and I put it, and now I can't find the dang thing. Hang on. That's kind of a little creepy, spooky. And, maybe I didn't go up far enough. There it is. I said, great idea, bringing family togetherness back.
Yeah, and that's how we really, and we actually experienced a little of our 4-year-old. It was a little too mature for her, you know. So what we were talking about, like what you and I were talking about, like the children's puzzles or something, maybe some more simple puzzles that are like 10 or 20 piece or 30 piece, something small that you can put them together real quick. And it's something that the kids, the younger kids, will still be engaged with without creating fucking chaos and distracting everybody from doing the study group. So
yeah, no, and I love this, but that's too, one of your things when you're talking about this game is about, make sure you're telling them this is about bringing the family back together, because look around you, families have been divided, and it's time families start coming back together, and this is one way to bring them back in a form that is going to improve everybody's life.
well, yeah, and the cool thing was the girls went and had their Bibles. They brought them in here. We pulled them out, and I was like, man, this is way better than anything we were doing before, and not even going to church or, you know. And it was just the girls. We gave them a couple Bibles a little bit ago, but I didn't realize they had actually been reading it. And so they're like, oh yeah, I'm on, you know, Leviticus or whatever. And I'm like, really? I'm like, well, okay, well, what did you think about that? You know, it's really, I'm really impressed that they've taken the initiative to do some of that on their own. And what a better way to keep the conversation going and be engaged with the kids about something like that. That's what I would have loved to have had with Mom, that was in a positive thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we are really able to instill that in our daughter, being so young and just a perfect age of understanding and letting it be something that is family oriented, and it is bringing families back together, especially in the Word and in the study of the Bible and all of it. So,
how do you feel about praying out loud?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I've been a little nervous about it here and there, but I've found that when it comes down to it, just like when I was doing that other video, I was getting fired up because, you know, that's just real. It's just, you know, don't really worry too much about the other stuff. Just like last night, I was like, screw it. We're doing the Lord's Prayer for dinner. It doesn't even have to be perfect. That's the whole point. None of this has to be perfect. The highlight of the whole thing is that we aren't perfect. So that's
exactly right.
You know,
I saw a picture, that's why I asked, because I saw a picture, and if I had my kids here, if I didn't live alone, I would definitely be doing this. But the whole family would get on their knees in front of the sofa and clasp their hands and pray.
And we're not quite there yet, but you know, we.
And a thought to keep in your mind.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
You know what
I tried to just really with the step kids make it to where everything's on their comfort level, you know. And I've tried to be here and support whatever they want to do, and be here if they want any of that information. That's why I went ahead and just gave them the Bibles and let them kind of discover whatever they wanted on their own, see if they had any questions, and you know. Beautiful. We had it forced on us as kids, so you know, I didn't really want to do that. And so well, I'm trying to lead by example, you know, make it a positive thing and something that's inclusive and enlightening and nurturing. Yeah, well, that's the part that I love. And I love looking for stuff for us to do together as a family anyways. So you know what the cool thing is? They've gotten used to helping me with the crafts that I work on. So I'm writing all this out. One of them's cutting them out. The other one's putting them in the jars. You know what I mean? And so every aspect of doing it, creating it, and then applying it, we're all doing together. Yeah. So.
Right.
And now we have this jar that's, I mean, like that thing's good for the year. That's literally every topic in the Bible. So,
yes,
like
exactly.
that 365 days worth, we have plenty of material. And so, and each one of those topics has a different amount of scriptures and passages that go with them. So you can kind of go through and kind of, that's what we were doing. So we'd get the keyword, and then we'd go down through the index and see if there was something in particular that stood out to us or whatnot that we wanted to check out. Last night we were reading about Joasha or somebody who killed 1,000 Philistines with a jawbone of a something.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Right?
Yeah, and all this, and the girls were like,
It is fascinating.
Oh man, it was super cool. I was like, holy shit, we were in this, twisted plot, and there's some savage shit going on, and it's like, holy shit. But yeah, they were, I love the idea of I haven't really come up with a good name for that jar, but what an inspiring concept. Just, you know what I mean? Going from, and then I realized there's other parts of this Bible that I didn't realize there was in there also.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it has like another type of glossary index or something in here, but just in each section, that's why I really looked forward to doing this, because there's really so much I feel like it's the perfect time, because everything that's been going on in the world,
Yes. Listen, if things work out well, at the first of the month, I will send your wife the women's version.
Oh, and hopefully I can actually try to get one before then. I'm hoping that I can start pounding some stuff on the internet, and something will happen.
Yes, that when you do, like when you are going to do your giveaways, you can show them this is the man's and this is the woman's.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's so cool, man. I really, really want to be able to get these to other people. Absolutely.
Hello.
Yeah.
To Kirsten, my granddaughter, to Trevor, my grandson, to you. Yeah, because I just can't get enough, and I really want to share. They are so awesome.
Well, look what a difference it can make. Not just to one person, but then it goes out and out, to the family. And then who knows, they might tell their little girlfriends or I just want them to know the difference between right and wrong for themselves.
Yes.
And
I mean, look already. You've got other things rolling along, and if you just keep trusting God and keep leaving it to Him, there's nothing you're going to come up with or do on your own that's ever going to compare to what He's going to be able to do for you.
Right.
And bring about that. Did you see that? Did you and your wife see that movie, Sound of Freedom?
I don't think so. Did we see Sound of Freedom?
No.
What is that?
Look it up on Google. The trailer for Sound of Freedom.
All right.
Just come out here, guys.
It came out on the 4th of July 2 years ago, and I went and saw it at the movie theater. I had been in the movie theater in ages. The reason I'm saying it is because this guy said, when God calls you to do something, you cannot hesitate. And I think that's in the place that you're in right now. He's calling you to do something. He's calling you, and you're making a difference. You're starting. You're just going full force. And I think you just keep on that trajectory. No matter, sometimes they kind of feel like you're not getting very far. Don't worry about it. Say, God, take it and tell me what to do.
Right.
I promise you, things are going to start.
Ooh. I drew a word.
What?
Huh?
What word?
remorse. I don't know how to get this camera to focus. It's some portable.
What was the name of the thing she wanted to look up?
What was the name of that thing?
Sound of
Sore Losers.
Freedom.
Sound of Freedmont.
I said Freeman and then Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
Freedom.
You guys watch it while you're talking to me. That would be amazing. I would love it. Trailer.
Oh, Sound of Freedom. I got a fucking laptop now. I can do like 80 things at once.
I already have it up.
Don't you love it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do this job. As soon as I lay down, all these see those kids' faces. How long you been doing this? 12 years. Right there. How do you do it?
I love you.
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
Out there. Please. I know what it is.
Soon it's gonna pass the
But I'll
top
give you
three.
the password in a minute. Say God's house 777.
Thank you. Rescatamos, ¿verdad? Quizá no puedas ayudarme a curar a mi hermana.
Imagine walking into a room right now, seeing anything there. How would we tell?
Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing kids in Colombia.
This Joe tears you to pieces. That's just my chest. Put those pieces back together. You're talking about extracting an 11-year-old girl from an army of rebels. Not just her. I'm talking about rescuing hundreds of kids. She could be locked on the road, or she could be in Moscow, Bangkok, LA. Over 2 million children a year are being sucked into the deepest recesses of hell.
Wow, that's insane.
If we do nothing,
That's a true story.
someday it's gonna be
That's what they said.
Yes. Like I used to work for the CIA. They just wanted him to walk away, and no way. You gotta let them.
This is your daughter.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
What a trip.
Right?
Yeah, I really struggle with parts of how I used to more. Now that I'm older, I realize that the real people have the evil. We really have the
Right.
capacity for evil. All of us do.
Yes.
And that's really a fucked up thing. But when I was younger, I just kind of figured, yeah, people aren't that evil. But there
Yeah.
really is that kind of starts going to weird places when you just talk shit like Hillary and shit like that. But
Right.
if I saw it, I'd believe it. That's for damn sure. And I would never want to see it. That's for damn sure too.
You'll notice on my page, I say a lot. It's about the children. It has always been about the children. And it's true.
Well, that's
It
what
really,
sucks. I'm just as bad as everybody else. So, I'm hoping.
you're selling babies and
No,
raping them.
no,
I think
no. I mean,
you love it.
I have all my own flaws, and I have shit I need to work at, and no way am I trying to act like I'm holier now. I'm trying to get to that place of peace, and understanding where I hopefully just can be a better person and help make a better world.
Me too. And we're in a position in life that it's coming right at us. And when we act now, we're just contributing to the goodness.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why they make candles smell so good, like you want to actually eat them.
What?
I don't know why they make candles smell so good that it's like, like, I don't know why I go, like I want to taste it or something.
Is that what you guys make?
No, but I do want to start. I would like to make some.
these are all things that you can have. You can have a like a little store.
Right.
You can do a little store that has your stuff, and you can just have a link if you want to contribute to the fund of somebody receiving a Bible.
Yeah, I think that's like the first thing that I want to do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so, and that's why I was thinking
They'll
about,
put Bibles in people's hands.
huh?
They can help put Bibles.
Oh, yeah,
Bibles in particular in people's hands.
absolutely. So,
Because these Bibles draw you in, don't they, though?
hey, it's not just the draw you in, it's the keeping you engaged part. And
Exactly.
we had, Autumn had her King James in here, and she read a part from it. And that's a cool thing, you know. Somebody can pick it out. Somebody else can do the reading. We all follow along. We're all in it. You know, we're actually not all staring at devices. It's wonderful. And
And it's a family affair.
yeah, which is great.
It is.
But yeah, everybody gets to kind of do something different, and you
I'm
should.
so proud of you.
Huh?
I am so proud of you.
Man, I tell you, I'm getting proud of me. I ain't there yet, but that's what I mean. I know I still yell and scream and get mad and fucking throw tantrums and do all this shit myself. I ain't no better than nobody.
But as soon as you get a grip on yourself, just say, I'm sorry, God. Help me do better next time. Forgive me. And that's all. And you just keep striving to be better. You know what I mean? I did the same thing, Jonathan. We've been programmed to react these ways. And now we're deprogramming.
Right.
And we're leaving it to God and who's better hands to put it in.
Well, with computers, it's a lot easier to just delete a bad programming and re-upload a new start. With a human fucking brain, man,
Yeah.
and a broken spirit, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's hard. That's a hard re-upload, man. That's a, like you said, designed, or what'd you say?
Okay.
You know, that's just how we were
Oh, yeah, programmed.
programmed. Yes. And it's, Mom used to have that Dr. Holman. I don't know if she ever talked to you about him, but I used to go talk to him, and just kind of made me feel better, you know?
Yeah.
And eventually, the whole point was to get you to believe in yourself to where you didn't feel like you really needed to come back and talk to somebody else about it, about
Right.
stuff. And then
Well,
that's,
you're always getting to talk to God about it.
Right. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah.
What I'm seeing right now is your fish. Yeah.
Man,
I don't like it, cool, but
that thing is so cool. It was
it's
about,
way cool.
shit, however many pages. That's what's cool. Those, I could just take a picture of my paintings and then boom, there's you a print for $1 or $5 or whatever,
Right?
you know? And the same thing.
Into an auction.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I mean, they're hand painted.
Of course.
So these are the things that I can flip them over, draw the puzzle outline on, and then go cut them out. And then you've got a hand painted custom scroll saw puzzle, a signed one. And
I like it.
yeah, I did that with a couple of, I did another one of fall colors, a tree similar to that, and it turned out pretty cool. So, but I like the idea of doing the children's puzzles because those can be easier to make. And actually, we have a void here that we need to fill to keep our youngest engaged. So it's like a perfect, that's how the inspiration comes along. You find the need and then you fill the void. You solve the problem.
Right. Yeah, I've got a suggestion.
Yeah.
So you're working on Genesis right now. Maybe you could do another picture like the one behind you, except in the beginning.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be
God
cool.
created before there were trees, and I don't know.
I don't even know what that would look like. I mean, yeah, I was kind of maybe just get in there and read it and see what I think.
You get your artist rendition.
Yeah, I love that.
I do too. And maybe make them based on those, and then see if you can't sell them along the way. I think it's amazing. I do. I think you're just killing it, and I'm so happy.
Yes. Right on.
So happy.
Well, I like the progress so far, just the inspiration and everybody jumping in and being involved. And really, there is nothing bad about it. So that's great.
You know, do you know how proud Grandma Flanders would be?
Oh, shit, man.
She would be over the moon, especially if she was still alive. She would be beside herself. And I'm thinking she's beside herself anyway. She's just happy she could be looking down and seeing, you know.
Well, it turns out we could all have the kind of faith she had. And that even the saint that we thought she wasn't perfect like anybody, like the rest of us. It was just her choice to believe as strongly as she did. And that's what I used to admire, was she was rock solid about it. Live it. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, she would be proud of that.
Yeah, she would.
So.
Aww, I miss her so.
I know it. Yep. Did I tell you my brother went to detox, so he's in there and
he did. You told me he was talking about that.
Yeah, the next day, the outfit that was over there helping him, he's with some outreach program. They come by and check on him and check on his medicine and different shit. And she told him, she's like, "You have got to go to detox. This is terrible." And he actually went the next day and it went in there, but he was telling me he has the shakes real bad if he doesn't drink. And that's why he has to drink. And he was saying, "I'm in pain because I haven't had any alcohol." So it's you know what I mean? It gets to where it gets to a bad place.
Yes, it does.
So I've really felt bad for him, and I'm glad he's in there. I hope he does something. I've been sending him all my videos of these Bible studies and shit. So I'm hoping that he's either able to watch them or kind of either watch him by himself or tune in while we're doing it or something, you know.
Right, but is he even allowed to have his phone? Usually when they go into like rehab, they don't let you have. They keep you away from outside influence until they can help you get over the rough spots and start getting on that.
I think that for the alcohol, I think they're voluntary or something. And I don't know, because at first he said they were going to let him have his phone. And then now I haven't heard from him for a day or so, you know.
So maybe it's different, like I said.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. And that would be even better for him, for real, because that would give him the option to bail out.
Right. Well.
You know.
Yeah.
If he's there, anyways, he can. But I mean,
well, it's
he's volunteer there. But
well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I should call and check on him. But yeah. I was going to. So it looks like this is good. I don't know how to set up the. Oh. You're saying through the StreamYard, you can just basically have a link to or whatever, and everybody can just join it, kind of like Zoom or something?
Yeah.
And it'll blast out your shit to multiple.
Well, what you do is, so like on Facebook, when you can set up the thing on StreamYard so it starts at a specific time. And then you go, like for instance, on Facebook, you go and make a reel or something.
Right.
For your story and put the information and then put it out there so people can see, you know, Jonathan's Bible study or however you're going to put it, and do a couple of those and put them out there so it starts getting around to people, and then they will make it. But your StreamYard itself is, I'm just going back to it because I haven't done it in a while. So, Bonnie Shares, log in. Okay, it says, "Welcome back. We sent a 6-digit code to BonnieMissShares@yahoo.com. So I'm going to go on in there and go through. I haven't done it in a while, but it's worth it, I think, for you. Go on and just get logged in, and I'll go through it with you, and I think you'll really appreciate it.
I'm on here. I'm on there.
You don't have the Rumble, you've got YouTube, and you've got Facebook.
Yeah. And I'm on here. And I know how to copy a URL or whatever and say, about to do a live or whatever.
Right. Well, I know, but this way you can it up, and your streams or your reels and things can say, "Join me at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time."
Oh, yeah. And then this thing will automatically start streaming at a certain time on those platforms or something?
You go in and hang on, I'm getting in there because 9, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6. Hang on 1 second.
Man, we got internet. Man,
Don't you love it?
it's a real blessing. I can tell you what. And you know what's funny is I didn't want to spend the money, and they kept calling us back and kept calling us back and kept calling us back, and I finally said, you know what? Well,
Maybe God's speaking to me, and I need to be listening.
right. Well, they ended up finally agreeing to a speed that was to a package that was a better fit for us for a better price, which is what my only hang up on the auto pay was. I just didn't want to be on the hook for more than I thought that I could afford a month.
I'm with you.
And so when they made it a price that I was willing to take that risk at, then, or thought I could have managed, then I'm like, let's go. But they were persistent. They called back. We said, call us back in an hour. They called us back in an hour. We said, call us back in an hour. They called us back in an hour and call us back later. Dang it. That's too fast. And then they called us back later. They just kept going until we actually got signed up. But like you said, I figured that's
Sorry.
well, that's what God wanted us to do, obviously. And that's how God won't let you. He don't take no for an answer.
Don't you love it? No.
Well, some of us are a little hard-headed, so.
Well, I'm one of them. Now, listen, I'm on that StreamYard now. Go on and do what you need to do, but when you get logged in, it'll get your email and stuff. Then let me back up, because you'll see it says create live stream, and you click it. It says studio, because you're going to do it studio. And then it tells you, it's like your Facebook.
Add a destination.
Down at the bottom. And then, okay, I'm going to skip for now. You write a title to it.
Facebook page.
No, StreamYard, baby.
I know, it's asking for access to my Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You already give them your...
I already set it up earlier.
Okay, perfect.
So that's I could see where I go, and then I go to record off of here.
Yeah, you go to live stream, and then you set it up.
Right. Looks like I can do it to X, my LinkedIn if I want, my YouTube, my Instagram, a Twitch, a Hoppin', and then a custom, evidently, which you could use for like probably Rumble or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
But not TikTok.
Okay, so I just made a messed up title just so I could go on. But then for my title, I just, now I'm looking. But you got to be able to have. So I did this through my phone, and Raven did it through his laptop. I don't have on my desktop. I don't have a webcam or a microphone.
Right. Which I'm fortunate enough to have the built-in mic and an external webcam that's a little better than just.
And then it says display name, so I'll put mine. Enter without mic, so I can enter. And then do you have it all pulled up where you're looking at the studio?
I was, but I didn't want to go any further until I actually plug in a couple of my feeds.
Wait, I'm just saying you can
I haven't set up my Facebook or I actually want to be under my other account, not my drone account.
Sure.
So I'll end up logging out. But
this, you won't be live on any of this. I was just showing you so you could play around with it.
Oh, cool.
Do you see what I mean? You set up the time of starting and stuff, but right now you can go in like you can be in studio, but you can look at your options and see what you can do. You're not committed.
Oh, okay.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll just create a Bible study and then create a live stream. Entering the studio.
Yeah.
Short video clips. Entering now. No mic cam access. Allow mic cam access.
And it says go without it. So go without it, 'cause that's what I did for now.
Oh no, I got mine up and going.
Oh, okay.
Mic's working. The camera feed is working. Display name. Mary Poppins. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, is that for the banner? Oh no, that's a display name.
So yours would be Jonathan, mine's Bonnie. Because I'm Bonnie.
It puts your name on the screen.
Well, it will when you're
Mr. John Lee.
when you're perfect. But if you look down across the bottom, you can see. So you can either be you by yourself, solo layout, or you can have a split screen.
Oh,
like
nice. Nice.
that. Yeah, and you can even have your Bible
On its own camera.
with your face right beside it.
Oh, that's nice.
See, I knew you would love this.
Yeah, if I could figure it out.
You will. And if you can't figure it out, go to YouTube and
Right.
StreamYard.
Yeah, very nice. Especially if that's something I can do for free until I figure it out or whatever.
Yes, heck yes. Heck yes. And if it's like, I think it was like $20 a month for me. And what you can do when you start getting people in, say, listen, you can support this channel by paying for a month of StreamYard so I can keep doing this and reaching out to other people.
Yeah, I'm
Let
open.
other people put your bill.
Yeah, well, that's the idea. Hopefully at some point. I like what I'm doing because it doesn't cost anything to share the message. So
Exactly correct.
other than the
Exactly correct.
internet and the time to do it. So, which I'm happy to do. As long as I can cover the basic minimum expenses,
Right.
So
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm happy to keep
Well,
going.
From there, anyways, you get the idea. You get to look around. I love that you checked it out, and you'll continue to check it out. Go get ready. Let me know exactly what time you're going to go, so that I can post it and share.
I think I'm going to shoot for. Hey, babe, what time is supper?
What time do you want it?
Some other time. I was wanting to do this. Maybe do this
It's just
chapter 2 at maybe 5 o'clock.
It's just chicken in the oven that I'm gonna bake. So
All
that
right.
takes like 40 minutes. So whatever, I can have it ready at 6 if you want to do your study from 5 to 6.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay, then I'll tell you to do 6.
I think it would be
And
cool.
you'll be covering Genesis chapter 2.
Yeah. No. Yes. Chapter 2, 1 through 25, which is basically when finished creating the 6th day of stuff, and then brought woman along,
Right on. What fun.
which is
Just so when I make the post to share.
which is also it actually also covers the Garden of Eden stuff and the branches off of the river coming out of the Garden of Eden. So I really look forward to being able to cover some of this stuff, because this is where we actually get into some geographical stuff that I want to show that was kind of like lifelong interest of mine, and I would think probably a lot of people, being where
Right.
man and woman first came from this exact place. I still haven't pinpointed it on the map, but I at least have an idea real close to where it was. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Right on.
And I just think there's so much insight from every single part of the Bible that there's something you
Right.
can take from every single part of it. And then having the engagement at the bottom of each section is just perfect.
Oh my God. It is, isn't it?
So it's about the first couple. So, I mean, that's just cool. That's history.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
I need to, I want to come up with some kind of a name for, like, okay, it's the time for this segment where we pull the topic out, and then we do like 15 minutes on a quick topic of the, like, part of the Bible study will be our regular progression through the Bible, but then also maybe either take, questions or requests, like you were saying, and get some engagement, but then also have this thing maybe halfway through where we do topic of the day or something, where it's
Right.
completely random.
And you can say when you start out after the prayer, you can say something like, "At the end, I will be. If you have any questions, I'll be taking questions." That way, you can cover what you're going to cover.
Right.
You don't lose track of where you're at.
No, I want it to be a regular format throughout the series, pretty much.
Yes. Yes.
And so if anything, we'll add to it. But I don't want it all mumbo jumbled around. I want to have some kind of regular format that is standard. Where, man, this looks
Exactly.
like.
That's why you say the questions. You'll take questions at the end of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean at the beginning?
Yeah, tell them at the beginning when after you're done with 1 through 25, then you'll take questions if anybody has any, or we can discuss it further. You know what I'm saying? That you let them know that until the end of it.
You're right. Hold your questions
you're
till the
gonna
end.
follow through your program, and then once that's done, then you can bring them in as far as like conversation if they have something they want to know, whatever.
Yeah. So, what? I guess that's basically it. But did you have any other suggestions for an intro or anything like that, or just
You know,
huh?
that's the thing with this StreamYard. You can make an intro, and when you click it,
No, I mean like starting off with a prayer, or
like play music for you or something.
well, otherwise I'm just kind of randomly jumping into these things without a real standard.
Right. Well, and I would suggest.
I usually hold off on the prayer part. We go through the section and then I follow that with the prayer that corresponds to it. So I'm not sure what prayer I should use coming into the video.
Okay, so to start the video, and actually you can put that on a loop or a thing, so that when you start the show, it says, "Let's pray." You know, welcome to the show. Let's pray. And then, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen." Let's begin. And then you go into
So the Lord's Prayer.
Genesis this today, and so let's get started. Do you see what I mean?
Well,
You
yeah.
can have that pre-recorded.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you don't have to do it every day. You just click the button and it does it for you. And then you go into, well, this today is Genesis this.
I do like that idea. But being live, I don't mind going ahead and doing that live and it being a standard. I was just curious. I think Lord's Prayer, that's a good idea. But I was going to tell you something about that too. If you look it up, Matthew 6 through 15.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the way.
different than what we-
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I tried to read through that this morning. I was like, forget it. I'll just do it the way I know it. Because I'm like,
that's the way you do it. The way you know it, because in that way, you know. But and then tell them if you want to, if you don't know this and you want to look it up for yourself, this Bible, you can find it in this Bible here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And that was the cool thing. That was part of the cool thing with the girls following along in their King James. I was still able to follow along in this study guide, and we have multiple wordings and perspectives of understanding on it. So it's really cool to have, really, like you said, we're two or more. So
Yes.
a whole family's got to be pretty powerful.
Yes. And as you go along, you'll get comfortable in a sense where, and pray about it, Jonathan. Ask God how he wants you to have it started. Ask him to show you.
Well, yeah. Well, that's pretty much what I've been doing. And he gave me everything we've been talking about is just kind of makes perfect sense to just do it exactly what we're doing.
Right. Right.
So
And
that's,
playing it all out for you, because now you got the internet to just fly with it.
yeah. And, when I was in college, this is when I started buckling down and trying to study good. This is how I studied. I went through, I did the chapter reviews, I did the summaries, I answered the questions at the end, and then I went on to the next section. You know,
Right. Exactly.
That's how you-
exactly.
really learn the shit.
Yes.
So
Yes. And here's the thing now it'll be smoother. And actually, what you could do if you don't want to do an actual show tonight, what you can do is a live stream and say, listen, I'm going to be doing these in the morning from 9 a.m. Central. Make sure you put Central Standard Time.
right.
You make sure you say that, because then people on the East Coast will be looking at it at 10. On the West Coast, they'll be looking at it at 7.
Now this is going to be a whole nother. Pardon me. A whole nother. Jesus, what'd you put in there? This is going to be a whole different audience. So I have analytics for my audience and what time they're usually on. It's not really early in the morning. It's often. But what I'm saying is this is a whole different. But that's for other types of rando videos. Spirituality and transcendent, a bigger, existence and the meaning of life is such a bigger topic than random videos. That's little,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
You could twice a day. I'm thinking in the morning because you're going to kickstart somebody's day off with God.
Oh man, I love that. Especially mine. No, I think it's I'm just saying it's going to be a little different than it. I may have to build a newer audience for that.
And I think maybe your older audience might appreciate it, and maybe that's kind of what some of them are looking for, or they're finding it now, and they need to have food, if you will.
Yeah, that's it for me, man. This is it. So, and I really feel like it's helping me grow way more than I was growing on my own.
Yeah.
So,
right on.
not really. I mean, through faith alone, without the action.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And the Bible talks about that. I look forward to all of it. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Maybe I'll just.
Say this, and I'm just saying it because I really believe this in my heart. I was going to wait until the first of the month to send that to you. And God said, no, send it now. You've got the money. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And I did. And because God knew you're at this point of readiness, and He needed you to have that in your hands so you could make this, put this all together.
And I told Mandy,
He knows you're ready.
hey, ain't no telling God no.
I know, right?
So,
I mean, you can, but.
oh man. So, cool. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So I'll probably shoot for 9 in the morning.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll just do one again tonight anyways on something else. On a different section or a random topic for the evening or something.
You know what would be really cool? I don't know how you would feel about it, but if you don't want the girls on video, at least kind of could you have the sound of the game being played?
What, of us?
Yeah, the pieces of paper and looking at how you do it.
Oh, we have, they could be on camera. We don't care. If it's with us, especially. But yeah, no, I think, I was thinking about that.
Showing other people how to interact with their families, I think that's an amazing thing.
Yeah, we might do that at the dinner table. Well, we were planning on starting this whole concept inspired us to create our own family study group at home. So,
yes.
I mean, what a miracle that is in itself. So,
And what a valuable gift to share.
oh, telling you.
Because other people, then they can have the same idea. Because I guarantee you a lot of people are going to say, oh man, we need this.
Yeah, well, if they ain't been watching the news the last 4 years, then, otherwise, the rest of us, just everyday people, we get it.
Yes.
We get what we're missing, because we had it once, and that's the thing. I guess it just went so underappreciated that people thought we let all this capitalist system and greed of money just fucking run wild.
Yeah, it has.
And the whole concept of liberation wasn't all that liberating if you really think about it. So,
Right, because how liberated are you? You're not liberated. You're just trapped in Satan's snare.
well, and when you're that way as a whole country, that's a big fucking problem. Because then that shit starts coming out through policy. And then all of a sudden you've got you a fucking, I don't even know what, but a holy war on your hands as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
So,
right?
yeah.
No, it's true. And that's exactly what this is. Jonathan, let me tell you something. And in 1997, God showed me something. And he told me things. One of the things he showed me was a sea of red. And I always assumed it was a sea of blood. It was so strong when he showed it to me, I was certain that it was going to just happen any moment. That was in 97. It's taken all these years, but I'm watching everything he was telling me unfold before my eyes. And then I got to thinking, sea of red, well, look at an election map now.
Oh, yeah.
A sea of red for Trump.
Wow.
So maybe that was the sea of red he was really wanting, because, you know, the Bible uses parables and all this. But then he, the other thing, the coming and the journey, and it's been expanded upon. The coming is bringing us together, and the journey will take us where we need to be.
Yes, that's awesome. The other thing I've been doing a lot this last year is obviously staying current on all that stuff.
Yes.
But I do like kind of showing some of the fucked up foul shit that's been going on. And so I've started this whole thing. This whole Bible study is almost taken over my life, for real. But
I love
I do too. I think it's great. Somehow I have to make sure that I'm really not trying to figure it out at all. Just be,
led by God.
yeah. But what I was going to say is, everything's just kind of worked out the way it was supposed to. But I do kind of still do those other videos, is what I'm saying. So
Sure.
I'll probably be doing even more now that I'm back on the internet of showing how all this is actually. It's going to be great to be able to show the current events, come back into the Bible study, do the regular deal, and then still be able to just do both and show why this is so important that I'm doing this every day. You know what I mean? So I think that's awesome. I hope it turns into a full-time thing, because I would rather just do this all the time, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah. If I can, you know, get 1 million
Yes.
people to buy a sticker for 50 cents. That's 500 grand.
Hello. And also on that StreamYard, you can put a banner across the bottom that says, please like and share, so that then they're helping to draw you more of an audience.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Once I get that figured out, I need to do that.
Yes, because what you're doing is you're going to be promoting yourself, and God's going to make it happen. He's going to make it happen, because clearly he wants you in the position you're in right now.
Well, people want, that's what I would love to see, is somebody taking it seriously and acting like they give a damn and putting humanity over profit. That's really all I want to see.
Right. Right.
And especially if they're putting a family over anything else. God, family, country, man. Shit.
That's what I really, really, really want you one time to watch that Mari, that bishop. He's what the heck you call Orthodox bishop. And let me tell you, he is so amazing. And he gives the word God, but he also, at the same time, he will tell you, about the vaccine jabs. He will tell you he hopes Trump gets in office. And this was from an old video, but he says it. He's not candy coating stuff, and that's why I would really like you to see some of his videos, because he's not going to jack around and he's not going to lie to you. He's going to tell you this is why you need God, why you need to put God first and pray, etc., etc. So, anyways, that's for another time. But
in my first video, I kind of talked about that a little bit. I just happened to get to a point in my life where the stress and the inner turmoil was so bad that I didn't really have any choice. Just the constant struggle was such a fucking inner mental and emotional and spiritual torment with your family on the line and their security and well-being. You know what I mean? I didn't have any choice but to say, hey, man, I'm giving it all to God and letting him handle it. Let it be your plan.
Yes.
Let you let us fail, not let me let us fail. So just let me know what I need to do and give me the wisdom to know how to do it or when to do it. Or
Right, and send the people my way that will help make it happen, because if you pray that to God, because he's already done that as an angel.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And to be honest, this was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so ever since then, it's just been, no, I'm not doing what other people think I should do. I'm going to do what feels like the right thing to do because that's what I've asked for is the wisdom and to know which path to take and which choice to make. And ever since then, every relationship, whether it was business or professional, has been really, I felt more genuine than this whole hypocritical, for lack of better words, opaque corporate world where they're just trying to privately get rich and fuck everyone else up, cutthroat their way to the top and stay there and grow while everybody else stays poor and no one gives a fuck. While people, we've created a hell on earth is what we've done, and there's got to be something done about that.
Yes, and they say money's the root of all evil. They're not kidding.
It's really the love of the money. It's the lust for the money. It's the money is what, and the technology, that's where I've started making these other videos because I talk about the rate of evolution of technology versus the rate of evolution of humanity and biology and things like that, and they don't match up. And so the reason I'm feeling so torn about this shit is because that's an actual biological response to this type of crap. You know what I mean? 20, 30 years is not that much time for the evolution of human nature for me to feel perplexed by this whole situation. It shouldn't be happening. A lot of this stuff shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't have these moral dilemmas just to have a happy daily life. And so those are real hot button topics for me. And I really kind of pushed back on that ever since COVID because, well, frankly, they were right in your face with it. And so
they were. And they still are. And here's the thing quickly. It's like what Mari Emmanuel talks about, and I'll go on and say is, God gave us the rainbow. You know why God created the rainbow, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think there's a promise never to flood the earth again.
Bravo. And what he says is, the LGBTQSTRD, he just goes on. Like, they stole it. And the devil has stolen it, and they're turning it into something ugly, but that's God's.
Right. You can't steal something from God.
Right.
No matter how hard you try. And I think, and it was having a baby and, having a career for the first time that was able to empower me to have the ability to create and goals and follow through and stay at a consistent job and all these things. I was really only allowed to do that if I went along to get along. And so even finally accomplishing that for the first time in my life, it still wasn't right to go along with that shit. Like I'll risk it all every time. I mean, my history shows I'm willing to put it all on the line and say fuck you to every single person along the way. If that's how they, that's.
But God was paving the way for you. He was paving the path for you.
Had to have been, because otherwise there'd be no reason why I'd still even be here.
Exactly correct. Exactly correct.
Right. I was telling my wife that the other day, had I had just gone along and all this shit happened, maybe I wouldn't have been as offended as someone needs to be with the integrity of their family on the line. that's gonna like these parents in these fucking board meetings and school meetings. You ain't gonna fucking shut them up. They're gonna come fucking tell you off. Period.
Exactly.
And I think that's what really got me was when the parents were going to these fucking meetings and shit, and they're like, "No, you're not doing this shit to my kids. Fuck you."
Exactly.
And you know, I related to that shit. I've had the schools be little fucking assholes over children and shit, and the family court system, and fuck, we are the result of this whole movement of the last 50 years. And my whole point is, well, how do you think it turned out? And if you don't think you're liking it, then you might need to go back to the drawing board. I mean, you know.
Right. Well, we have to take a stand. We must. And the line in the sand has been drawn.
Yeah, and Peterson used to say we never really knew how too far left was, how far being too progressive or liberal was for the pendulum to swing. And I think, yeah, we found that now. But
yeah.
I don't know that people really have. I don't know that enough people are going to return to God. That was one of the topics in there, was returning to God on that piece of paper.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's gotten. Well, that's the problem with power and money and greed. When people get a taste of that shit, it's like, that's why, you know, some dictators, they just won't give up control. They become infatuated with it.
I've got clients from when I was giving readings, and we've all been turned. We've all turned back to God. How
Right.
amazing is that?
Well, there's something to be said for it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying there's something to be said for it. And on top of that, all the shit, it's just obvious. It's a no-brainer, all the shit that's happened all over the world as soon as Biden took office. And basically, now that I'm looking at it from a backed up perspective, he was fucking taking money from China and his son and from other countries the entire fucking time, way back before when he was vice president and then became president. And so when they thought,
he was a senator.
right, and then that's fine, but here's the thing. So they thought they had him and the American fucking people, our private businesses, our churches, every fucking last aspect of American civilization in their fucking back pockets. And they found out that the American people themselves would go along so far, about 80% of them, but there's still 20% of them that ain't fucking having it. So
Right.
and that's still too many for them. You know what I mean? That's still a lot of crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah. Every day I pray. Well, I try to every day pray that God is going to heal their minds, because they've definitely been mind screwed.
Well, and that's an issue when it's into the universities and into the fucking places of employment and, you know, into the policies. Through people, it is. It's everywhere. Disney. Now Disney. I mean, it just, they keep charging me more to put crap out there that I don't want my kids seeing. And then they're basically calling me a bad parent if I don't let them fucking do it. So.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Not my baby.
Hello. Not your precious. I know.
And she fucking loves Disney like we all did. So you're familiar with all that, aren't you?
Did you know that the town right next to me is called Marceline, and that was the childhood home of
Walt Disney? Yeah, I think I did hear something about that. I didn't know it was real close to you.
Yeah.
Well,
and
chick.
So I won't go to his. They've got a little museum. I won't go. Why? You know, I won't support it.
Yeah. Well, they're overran. I really honestly, just like this Trump deal, if it's the only thing that's going to make me have any faith in this country again, I can tell you, is if they actually go in there and fix some shit.
Oh, and they are.
And so you know, but like that. If Disney, if they can repeal all this bullshit and say, hey, you know, they're already starting to do it, and I don't trust them. Once you fucking fuck your integrity up, you really fucked yourself for life, in my opinion. I know that that's something I have to work on, and I struggle with forgiveness because, man, I'm pretty sold on if you're evil, you're just evil, and you'll always be evil. I don't know. I really struggle with that, especially with the pedophiles and shit. These weird fucking people doing this weird fucking shit to people. I just don't think you can rehabilitate some of those people. I don't know. I really struggle with that. Especially, you know?
Yes. Yes. And I have my feelings about that too, especially because, you know, the children are God's most precious.
Right. And so
precious.
For anything to happen to the innocent blood, I've always felt like I had to be on the watch of God, as we're always to be protected, especially the innocent. So for things like that to happen,
Right.
I just don't find that I know it's not my place, but I don't find it appropriate to have to wait for justice.
I know. Well, you know what I keep saying, and I keep shouting it from the rooftops for anybody to listen to me. I think there needs to be an eye for an eye law. And whatever you give your victim, what you do to your victim is exactly what you get.
And then have Elon Musk make a robot that'll violate you.
Well, you know, you get the point.
Right. No, I agree. Or castrate them and execute them. But see, and that's part of the deal. We have laws. So to some degree.
You know, if they rape and beat an old woman to death, if they stab someone to death, that's what you're going to get. And I guarantee you, if they know they're going to get it, they're going to be less inclined to give it.
Now I want to ask you something, because you've been around a lot longer than I have, somewhat. One of my biggest things that I talk with my wife about is this moral dilemma where you used to be able to have your own personal, kind of the way everything's polarized. You used to be able to get along with your family if some were more liberal and some were more conservative.
Right.
Now it's this polarization to where everyone wants to fucking kill each other. At what point did that shit start fucking seeping into the fucking workforce? Like, we always knew it was at will fucking employment once there weren't any unions. But at what point were you not allowed to actually have your own fucking values and not have your employers pushed down your fucking throat? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, they've just been working towards it, and they've done it slowly, so that really it didn't grasp anybody's attention. But Jonathan, I remember when I was very young, I was like 13, and I remember listening to old men in the bar talk, and they're talking about this very thing that's going on in front of us, and they're like, it's coming, and they're, oh, you're full of shit, that's never going to be allowed to happen. Well, it did, and they weren't full of shit. They knew.
Yeah, when did that shit start happening?
It's been clearly a long time ago. When I was 13, I was hearing old men talk about it.
Wow. But it just doesn't seem like...
It was happening before then, because, you know what I'm saying?
You think it's just always... It's gone way back when they were actually pulling that shit that just... where there wasn't... You couldn't make a video about it and share it across the whole planet in one hour back then.
Exactly.
So for me, that's been like a highlight of my lifetime, is having the opportunity to be heard globally.
Yes.
And it didn't matter if the news station wanted to cover your fucking story, because you have your own fucking channel. You can put your broadcast your own shit and get it out there.
And that's just it. Tell, lie, vision.
Yeah. Well, and they've just...
And what did you watch every week? Television programming.
Yeah, and for some reason, all them old shows, they just make us feel like, oh, that feels so great just watching some Andy Griffith or some, you know.
If you look at it, I remember when, like, the Partridge Family, okay, you had the Brady Bunch.
Oh, boy.
And they started introducing that stuff to where integrated families. But
Oh,
they did it softly because, like, maybe the Mrs. Brady and Mr. Brady's wife and husband passed away.
right. So that was just a
And had to bring the families together. And then the Partridge family, she was a single mom raising her kids,
yeah. I didn't see that one quite as much, but
making things ordinary, making it.
oh yeah, that makes sense.
normalized. So they took family away and started normalizing single
Did you know-
parents.
Even the Andy Griffith show, the mom wasn't around.
Did you know that
Right.
Brady Bunch, that's the first TV show where a man and woman shared a bed?
She said the Brady Bunch was the first show where a man and woman shared a bed.
Right.
Before that,
because like
Lucy-
Dick Van Dyke, they had twin
Yeah.
beds.
Or like I Love Lucy?
I Love Lucy and all that.
They had twin beds.
That's the first
Right.
TV sitcom that shared a man and woman sharing a bed.
That's a trip. And these kids act like, who is that? And I'm like, shit, man, we watched this shit fucking. This was the only thing there was to watch.
I know, right?
I still like the old Lucy shows and shit. The Three Stooges, all that shit, man. Bring it on.
I know. Back when it was really, it was really clean. It was silly, Andre clean show.
Yeah.
You know what I?
And so that's what I'm saying. I'm really torn between, especially when these motherfuckers are trying to up my ante and keep raising my fucking subscription and my, for Disney and shit. You're really cruising here is the way I see it. I'm not seeing value unless you back off on some of that shit.
Right, and let me see. I want to tell you.
I mean,
one of the things that I got, and I don't do Netflix. I don't do the Amazon, but I will tell you what I do, and it's Angel Network.
oh hell, that's all we need is another one. I had to start canceling them because they were.
$5 a month to begin with. For
Yeah.
3 months. And it's worth checking out because it's not that vulgarity. It's not all about two men kissing all over each other, two women kissing all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That thing just disgusts me to no end because that's all it ever is.
Right.
Integrated black and white families. It just never ends. And so I quit watching it.
Right.
And so I have Angel Studios, because I just don't think that's not what God wants me to see is all that vulgarity and
Yeah. I need to be better about that, but
well, the more you go along, the more you're gonna
you know what?
want to have those kind of things in your life.
Well, and I hate to fucking keep saying it, but man, I had such a shitty life. It's, most people that have gone through shit that some people go through aren't meant to. Some of them are meant for a big purpose, and some of them just don't stand a chance of fucking getting
Absolutely.
out of that negative, vicious cycle if they even live this long.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I do feel kind of like my worst is still really fucking good for, as far as like having bad reactions and shit like that. I struggle with that shit, and it could be way worse is all I'm trying to say.
Right. No, I get it. And I've got 20 years on you, so
Hell yeah.
So I mean, it's understandable, but better to be starting now. I wish I would have started 20 years ago.
Well, and here's the crazy thing is like, I'm like, oh shit, I'm so fucked up. And then I see all these fucking psychopaths everywhere. And I'm like, oh shit, actually I'm fine. They're the fucking crazy ones. Just,
They're the ones.
they're the ones going and getting stuck with something they ain't even fucking, they don't even know what it is.
Right, and they tried to browbeat people into cottoning to that kind of thing. Not me.
No, they did it. Yeah, no, they
I
did.
think they did not raise me to be follow along with the crowd. I was the leader of the pack, baby.
Well, and I felt like I had been a technician long enough. I was familiar with all of our safety training. You know what I mean? I regularly trained up on everything corporate, in-house, back of the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Don't come at me sideways about some shit that I know what the, you know what I mean, the fucking federal policy is. You guys have already made us fucking know this shit. You know?
Right.
So when I ask you if it's safe, you don't tell me I don't know and then demand that I do anything.
Exactly correct.
So,
Exactly. Then force you into compliance. And that's the whole thing. They wanted to see who would comply.
well, the issue is when you made a complaint to OSHA, though, they had OSHA in their fucking pockets. When they had the government in their pockets, there was no fucking way anybody was going to fucking get away with
You're right.
speaking up for nothing, because what were you going to do about it? Who the fuck, what justice system? And I think Trump really proved that, and he really fucking exposed that shit. And that's why I'm not afraid to talk about it anymore, because they're not shutting people down like they used to, because the truth started to come out. And I did document it before, but they just didn't push my fucking videos. But I definitely documented it. You know what I mean?
Well, they put a stranglehold on videos like that.
They sure as fuck did, and I've got
They
it.
absolutely do.
And so,
I have too many friends that I've seen it happen to.
well, and honestly, Bonnie, I think I might be able to make a better impact by setting an example coming from a place of truth that's really fucking hard to deny, even from some of us that have been through the worst of the worst. So,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
And that, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And, you know, and right now you've got a lot more patriots standing up. Before, people were just keeping their mouth shut because you didn't know when a Karen was going to jump out of the car and start hitting you with something. You know?
Right. Well, all that shit.
Karen's back.
Fucking arresting him and all this shit. Like, people that are fucking poor they get the system and how it fucks people. So when they televise nationally this biased,
You're on the receiving end, baby.
man, they're like, and every time all it did was just fucking, his ratings went through the fucking roof. Every time they tried to do something shady that they thought would get them more support from their constituents, only made shit worse. And here's the other thing, and I'm glad they're addressing all this shit. I get fired up about it because it's so much bullshit that they were able to do all that shit off of what? Off of nothing legitimate. They didn't legitimately get any of what they got pushed through, including the election last time. But look at the damage that they were able to do in a completely illegitimate way.
Yes.
By the majority of people going along to get along. That's why. And then back to back, the very next election, it was just fucking astronomical red. You know what I mean?
See it red, baby.
See a fucking red, like, that's what I mean. All those constituents, half the people that were fucking Democrats and liberals were like, fuck this setup shit. You know what I mean? People know a setup when they fucking see it.
Right.
They know.
And some people they've been so programmed that they don't.
Well, that's why I'm tapping into the human nature of this. To me,
Yes.
honestly, Bonnie, even my education and college classes, I was going to be an RN and shit. I learned a lot of shit about biology and anatomy and physiology and shit. To me, this is at a cellular level. And one of the things we learned in there is our DNA code. In the middle of the mitochondria of every cell is all the codes that tells you everything that you need to survive on the planet, which includes the intuition that God fucking created us all with. And so to a biological, scientific, molecular level, this shit is legit. And not just in a philosophical Bible parable, but in the actual biology, anatomy, and physiology of our human nature. And that has to take precedence over some bullshit every day. You know what I mean?
Yes. I do.
And so I think that through the Bible, I can actually explain this shit to people in, layman, asshole, technician terms, regular everyday terms that make sense, because it makes sense. It's human nature. We're talking about shit that's goes against human nature. And so to me, those are crimes against humanity.
Against God.
What's that?
More than that, it goes against God.
Well, that's why I said it's a crime against humanity, because I feel like our calling is to be appreciative of our Creator and where we're from, and
Yes.
And recognize that. That's what we're called to do. And if we don't do it, we're not living right. And if we ain't living right, well,
Right.
you get
You know
what
the Nuremberg Code is?
what is it?
Nuremberg Code.
Uh-uh.
Crimes against humanity.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And one of the biggest ones is the unraveling of the nuclear family and incentivizing single fatherhood. And no offense to anybody, but encouraging murder of innocent babies at a rate of over 1 million a year since 1976. It's appalling. We've legalized murder of babies. So I'm not living with
There
it.
you go.
I'm not living with that. It's not happening. I'm also not about legislating females' reproductive system or parts. But I can tell you, we just need to instill better values so that people make better choices. From the time I was younger, I believe in the education part. If nothing else, fuck all the contraceptives. Just learn what the hell you're actually going to be up against if this happens.
Yes, read what I just sent you on your messenger. It's kind of important.
But you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise everyone.
Part of my world for a long time, baby.
Well, the government itself has been pinning men and women against each other.
Yes, they have, of course. And dividing families, etc., etc. It's always been perfection. And they almost got up with it until Trump came along.
Oh, you're on this deal. Oh, man. He's a godsend.
Yeah, he is.
And I could talk that for a while, too. Just the fact that he wasn't a career politician.
Well, yeah. Because he couldn't be bought. And that's why they have tried everything they can to get rid of him. Because he cannot be bought. He's already got everything he wants or needs.
Right.
But that Nuremberg Code is real important.
Where'd you send it on?
On your messenger for your phone.
Oh, to the okay.
Yeah, because it says the code was created to address the medical experiments performed by the Nazis on prisoners in concentration camps. But it's against
Those motherfuckers said I had a fast track fine. Those motherfuckers.
Oh, what that means.
What was
The tolls.
the Bona injections?
I'm not seeing it.
You said you had that?
Oh wait, did I? No, I'm sorry, baby. Here, shit. There. I thought I hit that arrow to send it to you. No, I did.
Did you see Zuckerberg and his last little spiel
No.
saying they're going to follow suit with Twitter and bring free speech back? They're
Yeah, you know, which tells you right there that they knew they were doing wrong in the first place.
right. That's so foul, man. It's like saying, it's like if you were a casino and you said, you know, we hired these people and they cheated almost all of our customers. We're really sorry, and we're not going to do anything to make it whole other than just get rid of the people that stole from a bunch of our customers.
So we can bring in the newly trained.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. Human experience
So, but the Nuremberg Code
established.
crimes against humanity, and I think we're going to see more of that coming up very, very soon. Because these injections people have gotten. Because, you know, when you got an injection, there was one guy who made a post on one of your accounts on Facebook, and he's, making fun of it. And I said, look, you're a walking dead man. You got the injection, you've got 2 to 5 year life expectancy, and people have been dropping dead all over the place, but not as people who didn't get the injection.
Oh, you're talking about, and that's what I was saying. I used to stir up a lot of shit, so people probably going to be like, oh, you're doing Bible study now and shit, and it's like.
Yes, I am, because God showed me another way to reach. God wants me to reach out to you.
All I was really doing was, all I was really doing was pissing people off. I wasn't. The point was to open a dialogue, but it wasn't really. The one person called my fucking job at the Fort Osage school and got me fucking fired from teaching my drone class up there. Little motherfuckers.
What?
Yeah. Because I told them to keep their fucking keep their drag queens away from the fucking kids and shit. And it was off. It had nothing to do with my job, but they clicked on my job on my page, found my other page, and then called up there, and then they even posted, "Hey, we called your job. You won't be working there very long," and all this shit.
Wow, Jonathan, but you see, you should never have been fired for that because you have a freedom of speech.
Well, I was fired from my last communications job for that too.
It's what I'm telling you. That goes against your constitutional rights. So
Right.
you don't
Well,
know.
so did.
If they bring it back where people can sue these guys for that.
Well, and that's what I'm hoping for on the back end, and I'm really hoping that Trump redeems some of that and I think that he's mentioned, justice, getting justice for all of it. And I feel like he's pretty thorough too. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. We're gonna find out, aren't we?
Yeah, I think some of these people think they've got. Well, I think some of these people think they've gotten away with something, and I don't know that they have yet.
Right. Well, listen, tonight at 8:30 our time, my friend in California, he does Bigfoot, et cetera, but he does a conspiracy theory channel, and he's going to be live tonight. You ought to kind of just check it out.
That's cool. Send me a link or something.
I will. But, so then you'll start meeting the people in there, and then I can say, yeah, that's my nephew. He does a Bible study, because a lot of these people love God.
Hey, it's a beautiful. They created everything, so
Right? And so I'm just saying that it's good to help grow your audience, I believe.
well, and I'm not even honestly worried about that. I'm honestly just doing what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing,
Perfect.
and
Bravo.
not questioning it at all. I just read something somewhere, or it was something you sent me or something. God will provide the tools.
Yes.
He called me to do it. Now that's what I'm doing. I had to start by having absolute faith 2 years ago, and then letting it fucking just happen on its own. Win, lose,
Yes.
So that's where we're at. Yeah, send me a link to that. I'm gonna hop off here. Maybe make a thing talking about when I'm gonna do the video and shit. And
Right on. Okay.
May-
Right on, baby.
maybe.
All right. You know where to find me, and I'll send you the link.
all right, we'll talk at you later.
Okay, baby. Bye.
Bye. End stream.